What happens after spiritual awakening? A spiritual awakening isn't the end, it's just the beginning. You've moved past what many spend their entire lives trying to find. Take a moment to consider the spiritual journey. So many people are fixated on constantly striving for enlightenment and awakening. But that's not the ultimate goal. It's merely the doorway you've stepped through. What comes next? The real transformation starts when the awakening phase concludes, and what surprising changes await you beyond this point. What's really interesting and not often talked about is what happens after awakening. Few people discuss how life evolves once you've moved beyond this stage. You're no longer in the midst of awakening. You're free. When your spiritual awakening finishes, you'll encounter many unexpected and strange experiences. These are things no one usually warns you about, but they are crucial for your journey. Because after awakening, life doesn't get easier, it just becomes more real. Many people think that after a strong spiritual awakening, life would stay dramatic, always full of signs, coincidences, and insights. But one of the weirdest things that happens is everything suddenly becomes calm. Everything feels peaceful, even a bit empty. You might ask yourself, where did the energy go? Where's the excitement and the breakthroughs? But this calmness isn't a sign you're losing your spiritual connection. Actually, it's the opposite. It shows that you've integrated everything and grown. This calm time can be confusing and even unsettling. You might feel like something is missing, or worse, that you're going back. But in reality, this quietness proves that your spirit has settled into its new vibration. There's no more need for outside chaos to shake you up because you've already done the work. Now you're learning to just be, not to seek. The storm was necessary to stir things up, but true power is found in the calm. Your spirit might be free, but your body is still catching up. After your spiritual awakening ends, something strange happens. You start to notice changes in your physical body. It's like your body is processing everything more slowly. You might feel more energetic and alive than ever, but sometimes you might feel suddenly tired. What's really happening is your body is adjusting to match your new energy level. It's no surprise that during this time, you might experience changes in your diet, sleep patterns, or even how you look. Maybe your skin looks clearer or your posture improves, as if your body is responding to a higher frequency. On the other hand, old aches and pains might come back, or you might feel emotionally overwhelmed out of nowhere. This is your body getting rid of old, heavy energy that no longer fits with your awakened state. Your body becomes a reflection of your spirit's transformation. This process can be slow, but it's clear. You are changing on every level. Even emotions you thought you had healed might come back, which can be confusing. You might think, I thought I was past this. But it's important to understand that after awakening, healing goes even deeper. Your spirit may be free, but your body is still dealing with past trauma and habits. Embrace this phase. It shows that true transformation is happening. Don't rush the process because your body is aligning with your spirit's new frequency. These physical and emotional changes, though strange, prove that you've entered a new stage of your journey. One of the most unexpected things after a spiritual awakening ends is feeling deeply disconnected from others. It's almost like the people you once felt close to and the places you used to love no longer connect with you, which can be unsettling and even painful. You might wonder why you feel so alone. But here's the thing. This isolation isn't a punishment or a sign something is wrong. In fact, it's one of the clearest signs that your vibration has changed. You're no longer on the same frequency as the people around you, making them seem distant and disconnected. What feels like isolation is actually the universe making space for your next level of connections. You might notice that even your closest friends or family members don't seem to understand you anymore. They might pull away or dismiss the changes you've gone through, which can be very painful, especially with loved ones. But the truth is, those meant to stay with you on this journey will come to you, while others will naturally drift away, not because they're bad, but because their time in your life has ended. This disconnection isn't something to fear. It's a chance to build deeper, more genuine relationships that match your new vibration. You're not alone. You're just making room for people who fit your next chapter. You might even meet new people who connect with your spiritual growth and understand you on a soul level without needing explanations. This is the universe working quietly to align you with your true soul tribe. Although it may feel strange and sometimes deeply isolating, your spiritual awakening has put you on a path that not everyone can follow, and that's okay. The more you align with your new frequency, the more the right people will find you, turning disconnection from a burden into a blessing. Another surprising change after your spiritual awakening ends is the slow fading of magic, signs, and coincidences. The repeated numbers you used to see every day or the spiritual highs that once amazed you start to lessen. It might seem like the universe has gone quiet, leaving you confused and even doubting if you've lost your connection to the divine. But the truth is, you haven't lost anything. Instead, the universe no longer needs to shout to get your attention. This silence is the ultimate proof of your growth. You've reached a point where you no longer need external signs to feel connected. Think of it this way. Before, you needed constant reassurance and reminders that you were on the right path. Now you are the path. You've taken the spiritual wisdom you once looked for outside yourself and made it part of who you are. The magic hasn't disappeared. It's become a part of you. You no longer need signs to know you're connected. You are the connection. Now that they're fading, it's easy to feel like something is wrong, but this is actually a sign of maturity. The deeper you go, the less you need those spiritual highs. You're learning to live in a state of being rather than chasing constant spiritual validation. What might feel like a loss of magic is actually the highest form of connection. You've stopped chasing, and now you're simply aligned. You no longer need the universe to whisper in your ear because you've found your inner voice. Once the awakening ends, the question becomes, what now? The answer is a new purpose. After your spiritual awakening has ended, you might find yourself asking, what's next after all the revelations, the inner healing, and the big changes in how I see things? Where do I go from here? This is where things get really interesting. When you first awakened, the purpose seemed clear: self-discovery, healing, and understanding your connection to the universe. But now, standing on the other side of awakening, a new purpose starts to show itself. Your purpose now is to live what you've learned and to create a life that matches your highest self. The end of awakening isn't the end of your journey. It's the beginning of a new phase where the knowledge and wisdom you've gained need to be used in the real world. It's no longer about finding out who you are, but about living as your true self. This new purpose often comes with a strong desire to help others. You might feel a deep urge to assist others on their own spiritual journeys, share the insights you've gained, or create something that reflects your higher vibration. Whether it's through your work, relationships, or creative projects, your purpose shifts from seeking to being. The end of awakening is the start of alignment. Your purpose is to live in harmony with your highest self, naturally uplifting those around you. But this change can feel unfamiliar. You're no longer searching, which can create a void. However, it's in this void that your new purpose will come. It's less about striving and more about embodying. The more you step into your true self, the clearer your path becomes. The beauty of this phase is that you no longer have to figure everything out. Things start to happen naturally, perfectly aligned with the universe. After awakening, your sensitivity to the energies around you changes. It becomes stronger and can sometimes be overwhelming. One of the strangest things that happen when your spiritual awakening ends is that you become more sensitive to everything around you, people, environments, even objects. It's like a new layer of awareness has been turned on. You might find yourself feeling the energy of a room before you even enter it, or sensing someone's emotional state without them saying a word. This heightened sensitivity can feel both like a gift and a burden. You've always been somewhat aware of energies, but after awakening, this ability intensifies. You may notice you're more sensitive to noise, crowded places, or certain foods. What you're experiencing is your newly awakened energy field tuning into frequencies that were once invisible to you. This isn't a curse, it's your superpower. You are now tuned to a frequency that matches your highest self, and anything lower feels like interference. At first, this heightened sensitivity can make you feel uncomfortable, as if you're carrying too much energy that isn't yours. But over time, you'll learn to handle this new awareness, developing a better understanding of how to protect your energy by setting boundaries that filter out the noise and focus on what truly matters. This sensitivity also deepens your empathy and intuition. You begin to understand people on a soul level, seeing beyond their words and actions. It's like you can sense their unspoken thoughts, emotions, and even their intentions. This ability allows you to handle relationships with more clarity, but also requires you to be careful about how much energy you take in from others. Your sensitivity is your strength. It helps you move through life with clarity, empathy, and good judgment. The key is learning how to manage it without letting it overwhelm you. This new layer of awareness is one of the most profound and strange things to emerge after your awakening ends. It reminds you that you've grown beyond ordinary senses and stepped into a deeper connection with the world around you. Life after awakening might seem like it goes back to normal, but this normal is anything but the same. As your spiritual awakening ends, you might notice something strange. Life around you seems to go back to its usual rhythm. You wake up, go about your day, interact with people, and everything looks the same on the outside. But there's a catch. It feels different. You feel different, yet it's almost like nothing has changed externally. This return to normal can be one of the most confusing stages after awakening. It's easy to think that the transformation is over, or that nothing has really changed. But the truth is, everything has changed. You've changed so deeply that the outside world, while seeming the same, no longer affects you the same way. The world itself hasn't changed, but your view of it has. What once triggered you no longer does. What once excited you now feels neutral. This is the true sign of transformation. You might notice that you no longer react to situations the way you used to. Where you once felt anxious or stressed, you now feel calm and detached. Things that once brought you excitement or drama now seem less important, almost trivial. This isn't a sign that you've lost passion. It shows that you've outgrown the need for outside validation or stimulation. The return to normal may feel strange, but it's actually a gift. You've mastered the art of staying grounded in your spiritual truth, even in everyday life, and that's the most powerful outcome of all. If you're still reading, thank you for your attention. If you enjoyed this content and want to see more, please consider clicking the subscribe button. Your support is greatly appreciated. Feel free to share your experiences or thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, take care and subscribe for